Member of Parliament for Tano South. Honorable Charles Aseru, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, it is with a good sense of duty that I rise to deliver this statement on a matter of utmost national importance. My statement is on the urgent need to revitalize the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. The company is a state-owned enterprise that plays a central role in the area of liquefied petroleum gas promotion. Its core mandate is to produce and distribute safe, affordable LPG cylinders, cookwares, and related accessories for domestic consumption and exports. Mr. Speaker, let us note that promoting the use of LPG is a key component of Ghana's strategy for environmental protection, sustainable energy use, and climate change mitigation. The adoption of LPG reduces reliance on firewood, charcoal in order to preserve our forest reserves, which improves indoor air quality and reduces greenhouse gas emission. According to the 2023 industry report of the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, LPG forms the primary cooking fuel for about 40% of Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, the country has also set an ambitious target to achieve 50% of LPG penetration by 2030. Globally, the drift towards clean cooking solutions is accelerating. The Clean Cooking Alliance knows that while only 60% of the world's population had access to clean cooking in 2010, this figure had improved to nearly 75% by 2024. However, over 2 billion people still cook with smoky and inefficient fuels and stoves. Ghana cannot afford to fall behind in this global shift. Mr. Speaker, in rural Ghana, LPG usage only formed 70% of total fuel usage by 2023. Despite the strategic relevance of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company to lead the way in LPG promotion, it has struggled to fulfill its potential. The Auditor General's report revealed that the company posted a loss of 4 million Ghana cedis in 2021. And then in 2023, the company was acquired by the Ghana Gas Company Limited in a bid to rescue it from operational collapse. Mr. Speaker, even though this acquisition signals a step in the right direction, there is an urgent need for a broader and more coordinated national recovery plan. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition had announced earlier last year the establishment of a joint project implementation committee to oversee a revitalization plan. This is welcome, Mr. Speaker, but further measures must be considered. I propose the following as an additional pathway for the company's recovery. The state must inject targeted capital to upgrade the company's production line, introduce modern fabrication technologies, and improve quality control processes. Again, Mr. Speaker, we must engage private investors and LPG marketing companies in joint ventures to expand market access. Government and public institutions should be encouraged to source their LPG products and accessories from the company as a matter of policy. Mr. Speaker, the company should be supported under the African Continental Free Trade Area to enter neighboring markets by leveraging the regional demand for clean cooking solutions. Again, the public needs to be constantly sensitized about the health, economic, and environmental benefit of LPG usage. Mr. Speaker, let us remember that a stronger demand will sustain the operations of the company. And finally, Mr. Speaker, let us strengthen performance-based accountability mechanism within all state-owned enterprises, including the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company, to ensure transparency and accountability. And to conclude, Mr. Speaker, the call to revitalize the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company is not only about rescuing an ailing company. It is also about fortifying Ghana's clean energy transition by reducing carbon footprints and improving public health. Mr. Speaker, the Clean Cooking Alliance has estimated that the universal access to clean cooking could reduce global carbon emission by 1.5 gigaton by 2030. Mr. Speaker, this is equivalent to the emissions from all the planes that flies in our skies and all the ships that sail on our ocean every year. This is an important opportunity for Ghana to lead by example in West Africa. A Revitalise Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company, Mr. Speaker, will empower local industry, create jobs, expand LPG access, and support Ghana's climate goals. I therefore call on this House to support the revitalization efforts with the urgency and seriousness they deserve. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Members, that's the statement ably made. It's now time to take comments.
Minister wants to see the state.
Is anybody going to comment from my left side? Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statement ably made by my colleague, Akwesi Asiedu, Member of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, it's a very timely call for us as members of Parliament because of the need to improve on our usage of LPG in our homes. As the statistics show, a lot of homes in Ghana are not using LPG gas. Though in the urban areas, predominantly within the Greater Accra, Ashanti, Western, amongst others, you have high usage of LPG gas. The total population of Ghana who uses LPG is quite on the low. And that means that a lot of people are using fossil fuels, that is charcoal, amongst others, which is not good for our environment. And so how do we equip and resource Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company to be able to perform that role and function? As indicated, over the past years, the company has not been doing well in terms of their books because government has not released adequate funding to support their corporate objectives and goals. And so my clarion call to government is that this is an important state asset. As we try to leverage Ghana Gas to absorb them and then support them, Ghana Gas itself has been suffering. Ghana Gas has not gotten its own statutory mandate. It doesn't have its own act that governs its rules. And so on what basis and how well are they going to take care of the needs of Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company? I believe that we need to look beyond Ghana Gas as a supporting arm for Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing. It should be an intentional government policy. It should be an intentional government budgetary allocation to support Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company so that they will be able to deliver on the numbers that we need in Ghana. Ghana has a lot of space to improve on our climate condition. Ghana has a lot of space to improve the use of LPG gas as against the use of fossil fuels, charcoal, amongst others. The only way to mitigate that effect is to ensure that Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company is adequately supported, and we can support them with budgetary allocation. The Ministry of Finance should find the necessary money to support them. The Ministry of Energy should also give them the needed support and cooperation, since the ministry has green transition also attached to it. And the green transition can be successfully done if we're able to support Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing. My call to Ghanaians, also the entire nation, is that we should all have a look at improving on the use of LPG. The rural communities, how do we ensure that we give them access to cylinders? Will government even subsidize the cylinders for them so that a lot more people will be attracted to use it in our homes? I think this is a bigger conversation that as a country we need to look up onto. And so, Mr. Speaker, without I want to thank the maker of the statement for bringing this important statement up. In fact, I will go to the extent of urging Mr. Speaker to refer this particular statement to the Committee of Energy and then Ministry of Finance to work collaboratively. And the Minister of Energy has just walked in. We are talking about Ghana cylinder manufacturing. Please support them. Let's improve the climate change. And let's make sure that Ghana cylinder manufacturing performs its work dutifully as enshrined in their work. Mr. Speaker, without more, I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, Minister responsible for energy.
Mr. Speaker, let me thank you very much and to commend the maker of the statement, even though I don't know him. And I can just hazard, there's only Honorable Charles Asiedu who will make this brilliant statement. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I must be honest, I just walked in and heard Ghana cylinder, and being my passion, I thought that I should seek permission from you to make some few remarks.
That's all.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to dwell on Ghana cylinder without taking too much time. My office has been working with the MPA, of which my elder brother headed before, and Ghana Gas to revamp Ghana cylinder. I can confirm that so far, the estimate shows that they need about $8 million to be able to revamp it. We've been able to mobilize about $6 million for them. And the retooling is going on. In fact, if you look at what they've produced this year, it's more than double what happened in 2024. And so we are on course to revamp Ghana cylinder. We are on course to retool it. Not only are we doing that, we are giving them off-taker agreements and setting an escrow account. So that as part of the cylinder recirculating model, as Minister, I've issued a directive that will recall all the old and obsolete cylinders so that Ghana cylinder would retrofit them and make them useful. And also we've signed an agreement with GOIL so that GOIL will be the off-taker for the cylinders as part of the Ghana cylinder recirculation model. And so, Mr. Speaker, let me assure this House that we are on course towards retooling Ghana cylinder and making it a modern factory fit for purpose. What we intend to do is that eventually we would ban the importation of cylinders and insist that all these cylinders and canisters ought to be procured here in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I'm very grateful for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Tampoli.
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the opportunity to give some reflections on the statement ably made by my very good friend, Honorable Asiedu. Mr. Speaker, I feel very compelled to, share some perspective on this subject matter, having regard to the fact that I was once the CEO of the regulator of the downstream petroleum industry, and then we did quite a lot of things to bring back, the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. Mr. Speaker, at some point, we have to even support them financially to be able to get them to take care of some of their recurrent expenditure. In fact, Mr. Speaker, the fulcrum around which the cylinder recirculation model of LPG distribution was built was around GCMC, so that they will be producing the cylinders. Mr. Speaker, at some point it became so obvious that they did not even have the capacity to produce the number of cylinders that we needed in the country, and we had to go on tours across the world to be able to get some partnership with GCMC so that they'll be able to get the cylinders. So we introduced even a margin in the price build-up of the LPG so that we'll be able to use that one to procure cylinders on a large scale, so they'll build their capacity. In fact, Mr. Speaker, we even thought at some point that the current location of GCMC on the Spintex Road, has outlived the usefulness for which it was sent there. Back in the days, the entire Spintex Road was almost like an industrial enclave, to Today, there are a lot of residencies and then commercial facilities. So we're proposing at some point that we move the company to the industrial enclaves so that the company will be able to expand. But as it is right now, where they are, it is not expandable. So, Mr. Speaker, the main key drivers of, getting this thing done is underpinned by 3 A's, as we call them: affordability, accessibility, and availability of LPG, so that we'll be able to do cylinder recirculation model across the country. Mr. Speaker, across the sub-region, it's only in Ghana that we currently have this model where we have bullets sitting in residential areas and people filling their LPG, and sometimes there's a blast. And examples abound. So, Mr. Speaker, you go to Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, all across the sub-region, nobody does what we are doing. They all have cylinder recirculation model. You go pick up a pre-filled cylinder, you pay, and then you give them an empty one. Anytime that you have need for more LPG, you just go and then do a swap. And we think that that's a better arrangement, and it can only be done if we give Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company the commanding heights of that industry so that they expand, create more jobs. In any case, I'm sure that it will be one good example of where we can do the 113, all right? 133, Mr. Speaker, 133. They can work, shift, and they can work 24 hours. Mr. Speaker, they have that capacity to do this, and I think that the maker of the statement got it spot on. And this House has to support this initiative, and I'm happy the Minister himself is here. And Minister, over to you. We are looking at how you are going to make this happen, and then we'll support you from this House. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, minority leadership.
Speaker, I think it's okay. We can proceed.
Very well. Majority? Yes, that's the end of that statement. The next statement is D, standing in the name of Honorable Vincent Eko Asafwa, Old Tafo.